Mastering SEC Climate Disclosure Rule. Only select corporations will survive the SEC's climate disclosure reckoning. Which companies fall within the scope of the SEC Climate Disclosure Rule, and what specific requirements must they fulfill to ensure compliance with its provisions? The Securities and Exchange Commission's (SEC) Climate Disclosure Rule aims to promote transparency and consistency in climate-related disclosures from publicly traded companies, providing investors with critical information to make informed decisions. Operational excellence is crucial for companies to ensure compliance with the rule's provisions, and this can be achieved by understanding the scope of the rule and its specific requirements. Companies falling within the scope of the SEC Climate Disclosure Rule include domestic and foreign companies listed on a national securities exchange, including NYSE, NASDAQ, and the American Stock Exchange, as well as companies with securities registered under Section 12 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. This encompasses a wide range of industries, from energy and utilities to technology and healthcare. To ensure compliance with the SEC Climate Disclosure Rule, companies must fulfill several specific requirements. Firstly, they must disclose their greenhouse gas (GHG) emissions, including Scope 1, direct emissions from owned or controlled sources, Scope 2, indirect emissions from purchased electricity, and Scope 3, indirect emissions from upstream and downstream sources, such as supply chain and product use. This information will enable investors to assess a company's carbon footprint and potential exposure to climate-related risks. Companies must also provide a description of their climate-related risks and opportunities, including how they identify, assess, and manage these risks. This includes disclosing the potential impacts of climate-related events, such as natural disasters, on their operations, supply chain, and financial performance. Additionally, companies must describe their climate-related opportunities, including their strategy for mitigating climate change, reducing emissions, and capitalizing on low-carbon business opportunities. Another crucial requirement is the disclosure of climate-related governance, including the board's oversight of climate-related risks and opportunities, and the management's role in assessing and managing these risks. Companies must also describe their processes for identifying and managing climate-related risks, including their risk management framework, risk assessment procedures, and risk mitigation strategies. In terms of risk management, companies must provide a description of their climate-related scenario analysis, including the scenarios used, the assumptions made, and the potential impacts on their business strategy and financial performance. This will enable investors to understand how companies are preparing for potential climate-related disruptions and opportunities. Furthermore, companies must disclose their climate-related targets and goals, including their short-term and long-term goals for reducing GHG emissions, and their progress towards achieving these goals. This information will enable investors to assess a company's commitment to mitigating climate change and its ability to achieve its climate-related objectives. To ensure operational excellence and compliance with the SEC Climate Disclosure Rule, companies should establish a robust climate governance structure, which includes a climate-specific committee or working group, responsible for overseeing climate-related risks and opportunities. This committee should comprise members with expertise in climate change, sustainability, and risk management, and should report regularly to the board of directors. Companies should also develop a comprehensive climate risk management framework, which includes a risk assessment process, risk mitigation strategies, and a monitoring and reporting system. This framework should be integrated into the company's existing enterprise risk management system, ensuring that climate-related risks are considered alongside other strategic and operational risks. In addition, companies should develop a climate-related data management system, which enables the collection, analysis, and reporting of climate-related data, including GHG emissions, climate-related risks, and opportunities. This system should be able to track progress towards climate-related goals and targets, and provide insights for strategic decision-making. Companies should also engage with stakeholders, including investors, customers, and NGOs, to understand their climate-related concerns and expectations, and to communicate their climate-related strategy and progress. This engagement should be transparent, regular, and proactive, ensuring that stakeholders have access to accurate and timely information about the company's climate-related performance. Lastly, companies should ensure that their climate-related disclosures are accurate, consistent, and reliable, by implementing robust data governance and quality control processes. This includes verifying and assuring the accuracy of climate-related data, ensuring consistency with industry standards and frameworks, and providing transparent and clear disclosures that enable investors to make informed decisions. In conclusion, operational excellence is critical for companies to comply with the SEC Climate Disclosure Rule and provide investors with high-quality climate-related disclosures. By understanding the scope of the rule and its specific requirements, companies can establish robust climate governance structures, develop comprehensive climate risk management frameworks, and disclose accurate and reliable climate-related information. This will enable companies to mitigate climate-related risks, capitalize on low-carbon business opportunities, and maintain a competitive advantage in a rapidly changing business environment.